of a girl, aged 16, and she wowed us all with her amazing voice on The Voice UK on BBC One a long time ago now. She is back with a new single. She's been around the world and done everything else in between. And I'm pleased to say that Beth McCarthy is here and she's live. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And listen, I've listened to this single, She Gets the Flowers, a few times now. I'm absolutely loving it. Tell me about the single.
Yeah, so it's all been a bit of a whirlwind, really. Obviously, you know, that old thing, lockdown, kind of put a bit of a damper on the whole of the music industry. And it was one of those moments. I'd just moved to London at the beginning, like 3 weeks before lockdown. So it was all a bit of a nightmare, really, because that was like my dream, was to go to London and to like try and make it music, and then obviously everything shut down and it was all looking a little bit dark for a bit. And then I found my way to TikTok. I was a bit of a naysayer to TikTok, but I was kind of pushed into it because I went busking in that little interim period when it was kind of opening up again in London, and somebody filmed me and put a video of me on TikTok, and that just did really well. It had like 200,000 views and I was getting loads of followers, but I had no content on my TikTok account. So I was like, okay, well, I better get on that then. And I just started putting little TikToks out, and then I put one out that just absolutely blew up. It got like over 2 million views. I brought a song out off the back of that, which was a rewrite of somebody else's song called OMG Did She Call Him Baby. I brought that out, and it was all just like this really big whirlwind. And then because I just got this new audience and all of these new listeners, I thought, right, okay, I've got to put a new song out. I've got to keep going and keep with the hype. And the one that I chose to do was She Gets the Flowers, which I had a load lined up that I'd been writing before, but this one was kind of a very quick turnaround. I just locked myself in a room one day because I knew I'd started it and I knew I wanted to finish it. So I just did it all. I got in the room, locked myself in, wrote it in a day, and then just did a really quick turnaround, and now it's here.
Well, it's quite a sad song, isn't it, really? Because am I right in thinking it's about a girl whose partners or boyfriends run off to somebody else, and now she's getting the flowers? Is that the gist of it?
Yeah. So basically,
I'm filling up now. I'm just getting really emotional just by talking about it.
It is a really emotional track. It all originated, again, TikTok's running my life, and it actually becomes quite funny the amount of time I mention it. But honestly, it has been the turning point for my whole career, because this song, it was a video of a girl who said the phrase in her video, "She gets the flowers," right? And then she went on to talk about her situation of somebody else getting the flowers in the relationship that she wanted and she deserved from the person that she gave all her love to. And I was just really moved by that whole video. And so I kind of wrote a little bit of the song. I put my own little kind of twist on it, put it on TikTok. That did quite well. So that was really why I wanted to finish the song. So obviously then I had to delve into my own emotionalness and dig deep, find those things. And it's funny because this song's been so hyped because a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video of me crying in my car to the song. Because it's one of those, there's the middle eight of the song, the middle bit where it's this big crescendo is like that power moment where you have to just go and like scream at the top of your lungs, like in your car on a night. And that's the moment in this song. And so I just thought, you know what, I'm asking people to be really vulnerable with me through this song and kind of relate on a level of being like letting people in and going, you know, this is really hurtful. I want people to share in that with me. So I need to let that side of me down as well, which is why I kind of put the video out. I didn't expect it to blow up, but here we are 4.5 million views later.
Well, you're no stranger to getting millions of views on social media because everything you do, I mean, it goes viral. I mean, TikTok, YouTube. I mean, there's a wonderful cover of you singing Taylor Swift's Love Story, and that's beautiful. And 70,000 plus people watching that. I mean, what is it? Do you think? What's the secret? Because you came to Presence back in 2014 on The Voice, and you know that program where you have to sing and people have to turn around. Everything was Ricky that turned around for you. I mean, why is it? What do you think the secret of your voice is? Because I'm sure you'll be very modest and say that you're just an average singer, blah, blah, blah. But you do have an incredible voice. What is it, do you think, about your voice that captivates people?
That's a really good question, and it's a funny one because obviously, as you say, I've been in public eye for quite a long time now, and I was a very different artist. There was some similarities back when I was on The Voice, but I was 16. I'm 23 now, and that's
Yeah.
a lot of growth as a person. Never mind as an artist. So, vocally, I've massively. I mean, hopefully, got better since then. But so it's funny to kind of go, right, well, what is it? Because really, musically, I've changed so much in that time, and
Mm,
yet people are still kind of sticking around for it. And I think the key for me is just that I've always tried to be very real, with the way that I present myself and the songs that I write, and also even in the way that I sing. It's kind of, it's not these big kind of incredible, technically brilliant moments. I really appreciate you saying I'm a great singer, but really, I'm not an Ariana Grande kind of person, or I'm not a kind of big Mariah Carey voice that can do all the runs and that can do all the technical things. Really, I think my thing is those vulnerable moments and the cracks and the things that are real. And
mm.
I think that's why this TikTok video of this song took off, was because I was singing along with my own track, but I was crying and I was kind of, my voice was breaking at the same time. And I think that's why people related to it, because they were like, no,
Yeah.
that's a really real moment. And that's always what I've tried to do, because that connection is what I love about music. That connection that people get with lyrics and with music and with the way in the performance. That's what
Mm.
I've always loved about music. So I feel like if I'm going to expect that from other people, or if I'm going to expect that connection, I need to give the real thing that they want.
Is that how it works when you go busking? Because that's that's a very honest kind of performance. When you're out in the streets outside a shop, everyone's in the rain and they're rushing around. Because that's a completely different audience to what you might expect if you were doing a concert or anything else. You obviously you relate to that. You're obviously connecting to people doing that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, what I love about busking is that people don't have to be there. And you play a
Yeah.
show and you sell tickets. You spend months, like, on a tour, plugging the shows, like selling the tickets, making it a show that people want to be at. And then when they're there to see you, and that's a whole
Yeah.
different amount of magic, which I absolutely adore. Performance is the best bit for me. But busking is just funny because you've literally just set up in the street and no one there like came to see you. But if they're watching you, that's because they connected with you on some level, and they want to watch you. They stay because they
Yes.
want to, not because they have to or because they bought a ticket. And I think that's why I really love continuing to busk. And some people would think, oh, you're wanting to push the real artist thing and you want to do the pop artist thing, and so busking's a bit like rootsy, I
Yeah.
guess, for that. But it's fun. I love it. It's good for the soul. And you do so many gigs, I think, as a kind of upcoming musician. A lot of the time, the gigs that are the best, the ones that don't pay very well. So then you obviously have to do the ones on the side that do pay you. And
Yeah.
they're the ones that kind of like, you sing other people's songs. People aren't really bothered. A lot of the time you're backing music for bars and whatever. And they're great because you're still doing what you love for a living. But there's just that magic in busking where it's like, you're there because you want to be, not because you've been booked, because you want to be, and the people watching you are there because they want to be, and you're both just sharing in that connection of like, we both want to be here and we're loving it, and that's so amazing.
Well, that's a nice thought. That is not a nice sentiment. So this single we're going to play for in a few minutes' time. What's the plan this year? This is obviously the first time you've done anything like this for a while. What are the plans? Is there an album in the offing? What can we expect?
Well, this song it feels like a bit of a moment, and I'm always a bit cautious to say things like that because the amount of times you go through. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. 10 years it'll be. I started when I was 13, so
Wow.
it'll be 10 years that I've actually been kind of doing gigs and trying to make it, I guess, in music. And so I've been through the whole thinking things are going to happen, them not quite happening, sort of a big moment happening, but then the momentum being lost. I've been through that. So I'm always a little bit cautious to say if something is going to be the thing that makes me or is going to happen. But this song has touched far more people than any of my past music has. Today, I mean, it's already on almost 50,000 streams in less
Wow.
than 24
Great.
hours. And that's just on Spotify, and that blows my mind. That's incredible. That's something that's never happened to me before. I've been like playlisted on some big playlists, so this song really does feel like a turning point. And of course, I don't want to then fall off the face of the earth again.
I'm sure you won't do that. You won't do that.
Who knows what really exactly is going to happen, but it will definitely be more music. Albums are funny because they take so much.
Oh, we seem to have lost her. Are you still there? Oh, we were doing so well then. Let's play this single. She's frozen on me. The power of the internet, eh? Listen, let's play this for. This is Beth McCarthy. This is a brand new single. I love this. It's called She Gets the Flowers.
Tell me what she has that I don't. Why you were so fast to let go.
Hi, Beth.
She's all